This morning on DC News Now, it is a wet start across the DMV, the timing of when it will move out. Virginia voters in line at the polls ahead of Super Tuesday. We're live with what you need to know before casting your ballot.
I understand that they're trying to resolve the crime, but there's different ways to do that.
I studied it in detail, and it's more of the same.
Plus, critics pushing back why they are challenging DC council members ahead of a major crime bill vote today. Avoiding big banks, how a new report on credit cards can help you stretch your dollar. And dining at a discount. We are celebrating Restaurant Week in Frederick County, Maryland.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. It is 8 o'clock, the last hour of our newscast this morning. Thank you for joining us on this rainy Tuesday. The roads are slick to start your morning, as you can see in this live camera view brought to us by photographer John. So if you're going to head out this morning, be aware of that. Good morning. I'm Toza Makile, filling in for Tanaya.
Yeah, good morning, Jim. Corey James. Of course, Shanika is keeping an eye on the roads this morning. She's going to have more of those conditions in just a second for you. But Jackie is also monitoring the forecast this morning. Saw somebody running outside the studio.
I also saw that too.
Yeah.
Like running, exercise running?
Exercising. He had on shorts too.
Yeah, never take a day off.
Literally.
No
Let's be a
off.
gentle pour though.
just a light sprinkle.
A little drizzle.
Yes. Yeah, nothing that won't stop you. At least it's not thundering and lightning. That should stop you. There is thunder and lightning though over the ocean though, associated with the system, which is quite incredible.
Where's the ocean?
Where is the ocean? Like off our coast.
Like Florida coast?
No. Off our coast here, like off the Mid-Atlantic coast. That's where we're seeing some. Yes, so it's a little bit farther out. It's not close. Don't worry. You can still go out for a run.
Corey's like, hold on.
We'll see you out there next.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Anyway, right now I should say we're seeing some rain showers, and those are winding down at this point, which is the good news. This is why we did probably see one of those runners go by just outside of our studio. So again, rain showers continue to break apart, and we'll eventually notice those rain showers sliding off towards our north and east. Visibility, it is low, down to still about 2 miles in DC, 4 in Hagerstown, about a mile in Woodstock and Kaiser, for 2 miles of visibility in Frederick at this point. So again, still want to take it slow, not only because those roadways are wet, but also because that visibility is low for parts of our area. Most of the region, it is dry by about noon, breaking out the sunshine back out towards our western zones, and that's where it will be warmer later on today compared to farther off towards the east, where those clouds linger a little bit longer, keeping those temperatures right around 60, closer towards the coast and closer towards DC later on this afternoon. I'll have more details on this and a look at towards the rest of that 8-day forecast for the 8 o'clock hour coming up. Shanika is back with a look at those roadways. What are you seeing?
All right, well, I'm seeing delays out there, and I've been seeing delays all morning. Slick road conditions. This is Montgomery County 270 heading southbound. You can see the bulk of those delays through Democracy Boulevard. That is Bethesda, but you are seeing some delays. That is mostly heading southbound, so out of Frederick through Germantown and Gaithersburg. So here in the District 29, Francis Scott Key Bridge, watch for some delays heading south right near Fort Myer Drive, and you can see that long stretch of congestion. You're seeing congestion all over the Southeast Southwest Freeway, 695, mostly heading northbound, and 295, DC 295 heading southbound. You can see how slow and congested you are. You're seeing some red spots on the Capitol Beltway out of Prince George's County, and that is right before the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, so do take it easy.
Your time is 8:03. Today is Super Tuesday. Voters across 15 states will cast their ballots for who they want to vote for in the general election in November.
And this includes voters in Virginia. That's where we find our DC News Now, Candace Cole. She's live in Arlington this morning with the latest. Candace, good morning.
Good morning. It is a wet and rainy Super Tuesday, but that is not keeping voters away from the polls. We're here in Arlington at the Fairlington Community Center. And just a quick note about Virginia. Virginia is one of the few states, there are about a dozen, who have open primaries. That means that you can vote for whoever you want to, regardless of your party affiliation. Independents can also get in on that action as well. The only thing, you cannot vote in the Republican and the Democratic primary, so you've got to choose one. Now, this, of course, could raise the stakes for former President Donald Trump, who is running against former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley on the Republican ticket. Trump so far has won all of the Republican primaries except for D.C. That one went to Haley, but Republican voters only make up about 5% of voters there. And on the Democratic side, President Joe Biden is the front runner, but he's also facing challenges from author Marianne Williamson and Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips. We caught up with an independent voter here casting his vote. He said that he voted for Haley because he wanted to see someone new in the Oval Office. Here's why he said he thought it was important to take part in this year's primary.
I think this is an election where we have choices that are less strong than usual in the incumbents, and so I think that makes it more important for people to voice their preferences early.
And you'll have until 7 o'clock this evening to come on out to cast your ballots. If you are coming out in Virginia, you'll want to make sure you have your ID or a statement of identification. And if you're not yet registered to vote, no need to worry. You can do so on site. And if you need to know where your polling place is, you can head on over to the website that's on the bottom of your screen. That will take you to the Virginia Department of Elections, where you can find out that information. Reporting live from Arlington, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you for bringing us all that important information. And like Candace said, today is Super Tuesday, when several states and a territory hold their primary elections, likely setting up a historic rematch between former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley is live on Capitol Hill with more. Trevor, good morning.
Hey there, good morning to you as well. This is also likely going to be Nikki Haley's last chance to make any kind of momentum in this race, even though polling shows that's increasingly unlikely. There's hundreds of delegates up for grabs in today's contest. It's arguably the biggest day of the primary season. Despite previous Super Tuesdays holding some level of suspense, the outcome of today's contests are essentially sealed. Former President Trump remains the frontrunner by a long shot for the Republicans. President Joe Biden faces no serious challenges to his nomination for the Democrats. But neither man will be able to clinch their party's presumptive nomination today. The earliest that could happen is March 12th for Trump and March 19th for Biden. Former President Trump, despite his lead, is still calling out what he claims are efforts to stop his nomination, as Nikki Haley still hopes for a path ahead.
The polls show that I'm much more popular than I was before weaponization. It's been weaponized like it's never been.
It is time for a new generational leader who can leave the negativity and the baggage behind and get to work for the American people.
And we'll know how things play out later tonight once polls across the country close. That's the latest here on Capitol Hill. We'll send it back to you guys.
Trevor, thank you. Time right now is 8:07. The U.S. Supreme Court is allowing former President Donald Trump to stay on the ballot. The court unanimously made the decision yesterday, overruling Colorado's decision to remove Trump from the ballot. Trump says the decision is a big win for America.
Very important decision. Were very well crafted. The voters can take the person out of the race very quickly, but a court shouldn't be doing that.
In the ruling, the Supreme Court says only the federal government can say whether a candidate should be on a ballot.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Bring your ass over here. Show me your hands.
Now, what you just saw is body camera footage of the officer accused of killing a man inside a Suitland apartment last month. Prince George's County Police released that video yesterday. Police responded to a call of an alleged break-in at Wyndham Creek Apartments. Investigators say Officer Braxton Shelton fired at Melvin J. after entering that apartment. Jay's family lawyer is calling for more police accountability.
This is one of those situations where, again, we're talking about an officer barging into someone's home by himself with his guns drawn. And where is it going to stop? Where are we going to stop victim blaming?
Officer Shelton is on paid leave. The Maryland Attorney General's office is investigating.
New video capturing a snatch and grab at a high-end store in Northwest D.C. Police say it took place back in January, but investigators are releasing this surveillance footage right now, hoping that you can help them identify the three suspects accused of stealing from Montclair on Palmer Alley. Officers say one of the suspects even had a fire extinguisher in their hand while filling up black bags with merchandise.
So it kind of surprises me. I feel like I don't usually see things happen, but I hear about them later.
D.C. police say the suspect stole 18 coats and 4 shirts, totaling to more than $36,000.
And today, D.C. Council is set to vote on that sweeping crime bill, the Secure D.C. Omnibus legislation. The comprehensive bill does several things, including tougher penalties for some gun crimes, increasing some police powers, and it tackles retail theft. The legislation is expected to pass today's vote. Critics say the bill restricts people's liberties and does not address the real root causes of crime. Meantime, supporters say it's a good first step.
This is literally targeting anybody and everybody, whoever they feel is a threat to them. And that's just not right.
We're seeing crime go down. That's good. And there's some things in this bill that I think will help build on that foundation. But no one bill is going to solve this.
Today's vote comes as 2 council members are facing a recall effort over last year's spike in crime.
Montgomery County Council members are expected to meet today to vote and introduce several bills. The first measure is a zoning amendment to promote car-free living. Now, if passed, new residential buildings located near public transit would be exempt from minimum parking requirements. The council will also introduce 2 property tax credit bills, and these bills are meant to benefit disabled veterans and senior citizens. Bells ringing inside a Loudoun County church as thousands gathered celebrating the life of fallen Sterling Volunteer Fire Company firefighter Trevor Brown. The 45-year-old died last month responding to a gas leak that later resulted in a home explosion in Sterling. Firefighters from across the country attended his funeral services yesterday in Leesburg. Now, Brown's family was presented flags, his children given stuffed bears.
As his father, I so loved our strong hello and goodbye hugs and talks. Trevor Brian Brown is our absolute hero who selflessly supported and protected us with great goodness.
And all of the rest of you are the very best among us.
The February 16th explosion sent 11 first responders and 2 others to the hospital. We're told 1 firefighter is still being treated in a burn center. Meantime, investigators say a leaking 500-gallon underground propane tank somehow ignited, sparking that blast.